Hi, broadcasting not live from Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. I'm Bill the Geek, and now I want to share about what I learned at Kroger's in Columbus, Ohio, part 2. And this is about work ethic. My dad taught me to work hard no matter what you want to do. My dad was a little on the grouchy side, though he did great things in his life. But my mom was always very happy, and both of them were very hard-working individuals. So my whole life around the house, I had all kinds of chores to do, and my job around the house was to work my butt off cleaning things up and to be happy about it. that was my job around the house. And as long as I was working hard and being happy, nobody caused me any problems. So I just kind of sucked it in, right? So at Kroger's, I was a cashier. I did produce. I did frozen foods, mop floors, get bass carts. I did all kinds of stuff. And there was this one job back in the old days when you had Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Mountain Dew, Fresca, Tab. You had all these different bottles. And this was a big Kroger superstore, giant store, lots of people. And this was before cans were really making it. Oh, this is a long time ago. I used to have to ride my horse to work. And so when people would drink all of those beverages, then they bring the bottles back. They would get, like 5 cents for every bottle. And so these were called bottle returns. So with all of these thousands of people bringing these bottles back, then they would come back with assorted bottles. They'd bring a Coke bottle, a Pepsi bottle. They'd have them all in the same cartons. And so somebody had to sort all those back out so that the various vendors, the Coke company, the Pepsi company, the Crush company, could take them all away. And that was called bottle sorting. And on a Friday night, they had this little room, man, and it would be full. It was like a garage filled with these empty bottles, and somebody had to sort them all out. And put the tab with the tab, the Coke with the Coke, the Pepsi with the Pepsi, like that. So that was my job. That was one of my jobs at Kroger's. And for me, it was fun. It was a fun challenge to see how fast I could get it done. It was just a challenge. I thought of it as being like magic. I'm going to go in here and bloop, it's going to be like magic and everything's going to be good and stacked up neatly, da-da-da-da. Okay? So anyway, I did it real good. And but I worked with these two guys. I was 16, so I worked with these two guys that were older than me. One was 18, one was like 22. And one guy, he would go back there, and when the bottles were done, you would stack them up on this done cart. Okay, you go over here, get them done, stack them over there. So what he would do is he would stack them up on the done cart, then he would take them off the done cart and mess them all up, and then sort them again and put them on the done cart. In other words, he was just back there wasting time, sometimes like for 3 or 4 hours. I'd go back there. He'd be, just because he was, I guess, what do you call that? Lazy, okay? Then this other guy, he told me, he said, Bill, you're working too hard. If you keep working hard like that, then the manager's going to expect everybody to work hard like you. And that just kind of blew me away. Like, what? Oh, you don't want me to work hard and do my job? I mean, it truly blew me away. But I guess what I'm trying to say is, in working at home, People love it when you do a good job, when you're conscientious, when you're doing what you do to your best ability, and when you're doing what you do to your best ability, time flies. That was the good part about working hard and making little stupid challenges for myself, like, well, after I get the bottles done, then I can go get all the bass carts out in front of the store. Then I can go mop the floor. It was like playing a video game, except I was making money doing stupid stuff. So for me, it makes me happy to just dive into it so that you're totally concentrated and immersed in it. And then all the Kroger happiness stuff. Oh, hi there, Mrs. Elmo, and hola, Mr. Frankie, and all that kind of stuff. And it was just fun. So now the good news is, if you have an attitude like that, your customers will see it, and they get sucked into you with those kind of hard-working ethics. And I live in Mexico, but I mean, in the United States, there are people that have the attitude, and you've met them, that, well, they're paying me the money. Why should I work hard? If everybody was working hard, doing their job, all kinds of money would start freeing up in the United States, and there'd be a lot more, prices would go down just because productivity was up. So anyway, that's a long story about what I learned at Kroger's part 2. And I'm just alluding to, do a good job. Your customers will appreciate it. They'll pay you well, and you'll pick up more customers because of your enthusiasm and the joy that you spread with them.